When the infamous John Kramer is only given a few months to live, he travels to Mexico City to have an experimental surgery done to cure his cancer. The results were almost too good to be true, which is what John came to find. Because the surgeons performed a fake surgery on John Kramer and stole his money. Little do these scammers know who they just messed with, as John Kramer kidnaps those who swindled him for his latest game. This is Saw 10. Saw 10 is the latest installment of the Saw franchise. Or maybe it's called Saw X. I really can't tell which is the right name, because X in Roman numerals is 10, but also X just sounds cooler, I guess? I don't know. I'm going to be pretty blunt here and say I have never seen all the Saw movies. And most of my knowledge on the Saw franchise comes simply from the dead meat kill counts. And really, it's not a franchise I'm huge on. It's too much gore porn without the camp, and I'm really not big on that. However, I will say I think I enjoyed Saw 10 a lot more than I anticipated, but it still falls flat in certain areas for me. The story and lead character are great, but the trademark traps just feel a little dull. The concept of this film is absolutely brilliant. I love the angle they go with Tobin Bell as John Kramer in this film. Letting him be the protagonist of the film and letting him take revenge on those who used his hope to swindle him out of his money. And it's really cool to see Tobin Bell's John Kramer actually be the face of the film for once. Because the iconic Saw puppet is only in like one scene, which was quite surprising. I was really into the concept of this film. I thought the angle they were going was absolutely brilliant. The infamous traps of the Saw franchise come around, and they're just so dull in this movie. I like the theme of the traps, but it wasn't something that was executed as well as I would have hoped. The first shot of this movie is John Kramer coming out of an MRI. I immediately thought he is going to make a trap of someone stuck in an MRI machine. That would have been terrifying to me. I hate having an MRI done. But he didn't do that. All the traps were very mundane and very hastily put together, which makes sense in context of the movie. He threw this together pretty quickly. I can forgive it a little bit for that, but not too much. John Kramer's killer name is Jigsaw, and I would expect some puzzles to actually be part of his killing scheme. Instead of the traps having an actual puzzle put behind them or some form of mind games, the solution to almost every trap in this film is just freaking mutilate yourself. Rip off a chunk of your arm, cut off your leg, break your fingers. That's literally all you need to do to escape. It's just kind of boring to me. Oh, and before I forget to mention, the trap on the poster is one of the biggest cop-outs I've ever seen. I know if I was a diehard Saw fan, I would really be pissed off about this. The only Saw trap in the film to actually look like a Saw trap and look like there's actual thought put into the idea behind it is used for that? Yeah, I'd be really mad. John Kramer's ideology of having people cherish their life really doesn't work here. Like, he's rightfully mad, and I think that would have fit the whole idea of these traps being just brutal, nonsensical violence a lot more if they just foregone the whole cherish your life thing and had the film be a simple revenge movie, which I think would have been much better. There is a brilliant story here, but I just don't think it's done as well as I think it could have been. But again, keep in mind, you're listening to someone who really isn't a Saw fan. If you're a Saw fan, I definitely think you'll enjoy the film, but for me, I wasn't really into it. But if you enjoyed it, hey, more power to you. Remember last year in my Halloween Ends review, I took Michael Myers' scenes and put Mike Myers' dialogue in it? For this episode, I want to do something a little bit similar. Here are John Kramer's scenes with Kramer from Seinfeld dialogue. So please enjoy.
Well, there's nothing like a cold one after a long day, huh? Oh, yeah. I've been known to drink a beer or two. But then again, I've been known to do a lot of things. Now, you and Jerry dated for a while. Tell us, what was that like?
Wrong card.
What's going on in there?
What?
That light!
Oh, the red.
I'm out.
Shut up! 50 years ago, you had your own tied down with a fucking fork up your ass!
That wasn't supposed to be there. I hope you all enjoyed this review, and if you did, please consider hitting that like button, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified when my next review drops. Until next time, I'm Quint Dunaway, hoping you will keep it cinematic.